Maybe Real Madrid doesn't need another tactician. Maybe they need a commander. Because Real Madrid already has everything. Mbappe, Vinicius, Bellingham, world-class defenders, world-class talent. And yet, something still feels incomplete. Not because the players are bad, not because the squad lacks quality, but because sometimes Real Madrid looks like a team without control, a team without fear, a team that no longer hates losing the way it once did. And that's why one name continues to return to the conversation: José Mourinho. A manager many people believe belongs to the past, but maybe football forgot something. Mourinho was never just a coach, he was a mentality. When Mourinho first arrived at Real Madrid in 2010, the club was suffering. Barcelona dominated Spain. Pep Guardiola's team controlled football completely, and psychologically Madrid looked broken. Every Clásico felt hopeless. Every big game felt painful. Then Mourinho arrived, and suddenly everything changed. Madrid became aggressive, violent, obsessed. Every match became war. Players stopped accepting defeat, and even though Mourinho's era had chaos, it changed the mentality of Real Madrid forever. That same mentality later helped create Champions League winning teams under Ancelotti and Zidane. And maybe that's exactly why his name still matters today. Because Real Madrid's current problem is not talent. Look at this squad: Mbappe, Vinicius, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Rudiger, Militao. These are elite players, but football is not only about names. Especially at Real Madrid, a dressing room full of superstars needs more than tactics. It needs authority. That's why managers like Zidane succeeded. Players respected him before he even spoke. The same happened with Ancelotti. He controlled the biggest dressing room in football through personality and calmness. But now, Zidane doesn't want to return. Guardiola would never coach Madrid, and Ancelotti cannot stay forever. So suddenly, one available name still feels bigger than the dressing room itself: José Mourinho. Because not every manager can walk into a room filled with global superstars and instantly command respect. Mourinho can, and maybe that matters more than modern tactics right now. Because Real Madrid's biggest weakness today is not defending individually, it's defending together. Look at the defenders. Arnold is world-class. Militao is elite physically. Rudiger has experience. Tchouaméni can help defensively. The quality is there, but together, the defense often looks chaotic, disconnected, too emotional, too open. And that's where Mourinho becomes dangerous again. Because historically, Mourinho is one of football's greatest defensive organizers. He doesn't just improve defenders, he creates defensive identity. Compact lines, discipline, aggression, mentality. His teams suffer together, fight together, defend together. And honestly, a player like Rudiger under Mourinho feels terrifying. But maybe the scariest part is how perfect Real Madrid's attack fits Mourinho football. Vinicius attacking space, Mbappe running in transition, Bellingham arriving late into the box. This team could become brutal on counterattacks, fast, direct, merciless. Exactly the type of football Mourinho mastered for years. And people saying Mourinho is finished should remember something important. Even recently at Benfica, his team almost refused to lose. The football was not beautiful. There were too many draws and Benfica did not win the league. But mentally, the team stayed alive every single match. That mentality still exists inside Mourinho. Because Mourinho builds teams that hate losing. And maybe that's exactly what Real Madrid needs right now. But there's also a problem, a huge one. Mourinho projects rarely last long. 2 years, maybe 3. Then eventually, the pressure grows, the conflicts begin, and everything explodes, which creates the biggest question of all. Would Mourinho fix Real Madrid? Probably yes, temporarily. But would he build the club's future for the next 10 years? That's the real problem with Real Madrid itself. The club constantly chooses short-term survival over long-term rebuilding. That's why Ancelotti returned. He was supposed to be an emergency solution, and it worked. Champions League trophies, big nights, control, experience. But eventually the same problem returned again. Who comes next? Because Real Madrid rarely accepts long-term suffering. Unlike Arsenal with Arteta, Arsenal suffered for years. The fans trusted the process, the club accepted mistakes, and eventually the project became stable. But Real Madrid doesn't work like that. At Madrid, winning is not the goal. Winning immediately is the goal, and maybe that's why Mourinho actually makes sense. Not as the future, but as the man for this exact moment. A coach who restores discipline, rebuilds mentality, controls the dressing room, and stabilizes the chaos. Because maybe Real Madrid doesn't need rebuilding right now. Maybe they just need control. Modern football may have forgotten Mourinho, but Real Madrid may still need him. Mourinho may not be Real Madrid's future, but he might be exactly what they need right now.